amazed with all of the vendors and things all around the place. But we actually got in to this place, and I looked at it and I said, this is the taxi rank that I had visited close on to about 30 years ago. And it looked familiar, and all this while I'm just thinking it, I'm not telling anybody. And so anyway, we get to the mosque, and I look at this, and it was familiar surrounding. So anyway, I go wash up, and I go grab a chair, because I can't stand and read anymore. So I grab a chair, and I sit right at the front, and I'm looking directly out the window, and all around me is, taxis, people getting in, everybody going about their lives, and people are selling, the vendors are on the road, on the side, and this mosque is smack bang in the middle of the taxi rank. And as I'm sitting there, this memory pops in. It was at this very taxi rank that I went. I was about 19 years old, and I went for a job interview involving sales, so it turned out to be street sales, where I would be responsible for selling pens and sharpeners and pencils and erasers, all the school stuff. But it's those guys that walk around on the street asking you, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? So it was that type of interview. And it was my first interview, and I got the job. So I was taken aback. I wasn't prepared for it. And I was paired up with a senior salesperson. So as we were walking along, I'm inquiring about this guy about this job from the guy, and I said to him, "Man, what do we do here?" He says, "No, you sell pens. You're going to get a commission. These are all the items that we sell. However, we are self-funded, meaning that you have to pay your own fare all around. The transportation and all the other costs associated with the job. You will have to bear those costs." And I said to him, "Man, you know what? I only have the return taxi fare to get home, because I didn't expect to get the job on the first interview, so I don't." And he informed me that we would be working in the Pietermaritzburg area. And I said to him, "Man, that's like there and back. That's about another," at that point in time, was about $30-40 return trip. And I said to him, "Man, I was looking for something more stable." So guy was kind enough to say, "You know what, I think you should split from here, go find yourself something more stable, because this is a commission-only job, meaning that you don't sell, you don't get paid." So I made my way out of there. But in doing so, in the early days, things were very dark in my life. It was very, very dark. And so I just sat there, and I poured my heart out to God in the form that I knew. I just always, in my entire life, this voice inside my head spoke to God in whichever way so sitting there, and I'm praying to God, and I said to him, "Man, please, give me some direction, please help me." And I was earnestly talking and fighting with God in my own way. And I think we all know what I'm talking about. We all do it in our own way, which we obviously don't make public to everybody. But that's what I was doing. And I sat there, and I left very dejected. And little did I realize that God brought me here that morning, that Friday morning, to give me a reminder that, hey, man, your story is already written. Why are you despairing? What are you doing? Now, the lesson that I got, from that is, 30 years ago, I stood at that spot, desperate and praying for change. I just walked away from a sales job that required more than I could give. And today, on that day, that spot, I found myself sitting there again, reflecting on how far I have come since that moment. It was a humbling reminder that God answered my prayers, and that every blessing can be taken away if I forget where I started. Now, God is the ultimate planner. You can say whatever you want. You can have any belief system that you want. But God is the ultimate planner, and we should trust in His plan. I hope that somebody is inspired or learns, something from this lesson of mine. I woke up with the thought of not going to mosque, and then when I was already sitting there, God gave me another reminder of, hey, I took you out of here, I can put you right back. Don't forget that. There are no guarantees in life. There are absolutely no guarantees in life. Your money, your power, what you have today, right, cannot buy you an extra second of life. There are no guarantees in life except death.